Hello FPL managers, yes, we're back again with another video for the Fantasy Premier League 2022-23 season. It's the Double Game Week 36 preview. We're going to take a quick look at how well we did in Game Week 35, our transfer plans, captaincy, the clean sheet and scoring odds, as well as the predicted lineups for the upcoming game week. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers as quickly as possible, so help a brother out. Click that red button and let's get straight into business. So a quick review of our game week 35. It was a really terrible game week. It was a bad one for everyone, but especially terrible one for us. A total of 26 points in game week 35. Our captain blanked Haaland, and the only player who brought returns for us in our team was Salah. Everybody else blanked, especially Steele, who had a -2. So it was a terrible one for us. 26 points all the way down to 99k, just inside that top 100k. Hopefully the double game week would be a better one for us. As far as our transfer plans, it's a good thing that we saved our transfer in game week 35, so the injured Solly March can be taken out for a fit player, and we're gonna go ahead with our transfer of Watkins out and Wilson in. We've gone with the less popular transfer in Wilson instead of Isak, and as for the midfield, we've decided to go with McAllister, which is a safer pick. And I actually thought about going for Joel Linton in midfield and then probably a Brighton centre forward, but I couldn't decide exactly on who's gonna be starting from either Welbeck or Ferguson, so I went for Wilson instead as my forward and McAllister as my midfielder. So this is how we're gonna look for game week 36. We've gone with Steele in goal, and our defense is going to consist of Trippier, Shaw, who's at home to Wolves, and Burn, who's away to Leeds and at home to Brighton. Our midfield, of course, is going to be Mitoma and McAllister, as well as Salah, and the flagged Rashford, who may not be starting that home game against Wolves. I'm gonna start him in my team, but if he isn't gonna start the game, then I doubt he's gonna come in as a sub, considering the comments from Eric Ten Hag. Our forward line is gonna be Tony, Haaland, and Wilson, and our captaincy, we went with Haaland in game week 35, which was a blank, but I'm hoping that with Wilson coming in, he can start the game against Leeds, and that would be really good for our team because he's not as highly owned as Isak, so I'm expecting good returns from him. And for a week where Rashford is a huge doubt, making sure that your bench is sorted out is going to be really helpful in ensuring that even though he doesn't start, you bring in a player who's going to get you points in game week 36. As for the clean sheet and scoring odds for game week 36, we have Wilson at 68%. This is in case he starts, so he's 68% to score in game week 36. Isak at 63%, and Haaland at 56%. Salah at 49% chance of scoring in game week 36, and Rashford is at 47% chance just in case he starts game week 36. As for the clean sheet odds, we have Newcastle at 54% chance of a clean sheet, so it's a good thing we doubled up in defense. Manchester City 52% chance of a clean sheet, so we have Stones as first off our bench just in case Rashford doesn't start. We have Chelsea at 49% chance of a clean sheet, Manchester United at 46% chance of a clean sheet, and Crystal Palace at 38% chance of a clean sheet in game week 36. Now, as for the predicted lineups for game week 36, the Leeds and Newcastle game, I'm expecting that Wilson and Isak are going to both start that game in that three-man attack. As for Leeds, we have Nonto in that right wing spot, and Brendan Aronson probably coming in for Mark Rucker in midfield. The Everton and Manchester City game should see Everton stick to the same team that put 5 past Brighton, and Manchester City, there's never a telling of who's exactly going to feature in that Manchester City team, but we expect at least Haaland to play because Pep doesn't think Haaland is tired, so we expect him to play because he's fit. You'd want him to keep fit ahead of that important game against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Okay, so the Arsenal and Brighton game, we heard that Zinchenko is not going to be featuring, so Kieran Tierney is going to come in that left back spot. And as for Brighton, with Solid March injured, we should see Enciso coming in at that right wing spot and Buonanotte in that number 10 position, which should see Gross go right back and McAllister at the base of that midfield. The Southampton and Fulham game should see the return of Alexander Mitrovic. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth should see Zaha starting in that Crystal Palace attack. The Manchester United and Wolves game should see Jadon Sancho playing in place of the flagged Rashford. Chelsea and Nottingham Forest game should see Chalobah coming in defense for Chelsea because Chilwell is flagged for game week 36, as well as Reece James, who's not going to be featuring for the rest of the season, so we should see Azpilicueta playing in that right back spot. We have the Brentford and West Ham game where we expect featuring that 4-3-3 formation and go full throttle against West Ham, and Danny Ings should come in for the flag Antonio. Leicester City and Liverpool should see Curtis Jones playing in midfield for Liverpool, and one of either Jota or Darwin Núñez playing in that left wing spot, but I expect that Jota should play in that left wing spot for Liverpool in game week 36. And as for the Aston Villa and Spurs game, we expect that Aston Villa should go in that 4-3-3 formation against a weak Spurs defense, which should see Porro play in that right wing back spot, and he's been doing very well in that position, so they're going to continue in this way for game week 36. So that's the predicted lineups for game week 36. I hope that was helpful to you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We're still trying to hit 500 subscribers as quickly as possible, so help a brother out. All that's left to do is to wish you guys good luck in double game week 36. Have fun, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.